Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? Been a long night last night, shooting the intro this morning. Didn't really have time to do the intro yesterday. We were at the fair, and we were doing the Badger State truck and tractor pull. And when we got there, we were trying to find out the best place to set up. So we had to go and get permission to get on the interior instead of the grandstands. We didn't want to be on the grandstand side because I wanted to show how many people were there while the tractors were running and how big the crowd was. Because I'm trying to promote the fair more than anything, because that's what my channel is all about, is promoting different places to see in Wisconsin. That's what my channel is all about. So I made sure that I went to the fair board before I was able to get the spot, and they were just wonderful people to deal with. They took care of me right away. When I got the ticket, when I first got in, I asked them if I could see somebody, and they were kind enough to take me up to the fair office with a golf cart and to see the right people. And I seen a nice lady. Her name was Nancy. Won't give you her last name. And she was able to take care of me and get me right down on the track itself. And I couldn't go on stage, of course, because that would have been a lot of obstacles that want to swing the camera, around. There was a lot of stuff in the way. It wouldn't have worked out so good. So I went down on the finish line, and that was the best spot because I could zoom in real close to the tractor because I got a real powerful lens. And then I got a shotgun mic that picked up the sound very well, so it worked out real well. So I think you guys are going to like the footage, and I hope you enjoy. So let's get on with it, and I'm going to also be doing, hopefully, the demolition derby on Monday, which is Labor Day, and you guys can look for that one too. So like I said, I would have been glad to do the intro at the fair, but I was too busy trying to get in there and get set up, and we just didn't have time to do the intro. So we got right into the tractor pull right off the bat. There was not a lot of time to do anything except start shooting. So I figured I could just do the intro at home. So all right, let's get on with the film. I hope you like it, and there's a lot of action in here. So you guys let me know what you think, and right now would be a good time to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you like to get notifications, hit that bell and then sign up for notifications. That way you can get me up all the time. A lot of people forget to do that, and then they don't see all my videos. And then you can hit that like button. I appreciate that too if you like the video, because that helps my channel out quite a bit. So I'll see you at the end of the video on my outro, and see how you like it. All right, let's get on with it.
I noticed they made a change on the sled. I can see what they did. They slowed down some of the trips as far as how fast they hit. Let these guys get just a little bit further down the track. Let them go just a little bit faster to the middle of the track. The track is the Walworth County Fair. distances are starting to really. In the second place, we got two guys past 350 now. From the Walworth with the Diamond Deer. 40. Nice ball, crazy.
336.52.
Pretty good. Another retreat.
$343.79. $343.79.
Yeah, the program with the Hustling Harvester right down there. 3-3.
$348.94.
Travis Hogan holding the number one back. I believe the 348. Got to be there with Scott. Go stick ball. Good play in the south. Also a new trade from Janesville. One of our good friends on the Magic State Tractor Puller Circuit.
$352.57. Actually, $352.56.
pulling tractor, somebody's getting out of it. A lot of times the guys are getting out of it, they'll almost give them away to get them out of their garage. They don't want to spend any more money on it. They bought a used tractor, been on the pulling circuit in some various capacity. And by the time they got them rebuilt to their liking, the front tires and the steering wheel was all that's left, and the sheet metal, I guess. But other than that, it was all different. hops right off the line. And these trucks are built with all the weight on the front. The back end of the truck, a good strong man or two half-strong guys, they can actually pick the back end of these trucks up and spin them around. They built these trucks all the way over the front axle. That's that big bow tie box.
Again.
Just doesn't want to get off the line. I'm kind of thinking the bolt gear jumped ahead of the shaft on that. Somehow I'm thinking there's a whole bunch of Ford fans cheering for him on his way out, huh? That's the wrong neighborhood. Give it a good run. 336.35. 336.35. We'll see where that's going to put him in the pecking order here. through the year. Last front of our pro stock diesel truck class, John Solly, couldn't get out the line early, looks like he's ready to go this time. I'm very surprised. I kind of figured they had that figured out because they had back there in the staging lane for the longest time. Yeah, they got something wrong with it.
Okay, guys, how'd you like the Badger State truck and tractor pull? Wasn't that spectacular? Lots of smoke coming out of them stacks, ain't it? I couldn't believe the horsepower some of the vehicles had. And them trucks. The trucks are fantastic. You see that one truck, how the size of that tire on that thing, how wide it was? I mean, the size of that tire, that one tire in the back alone was the size of 2 tires put together on a dually truck. I couldn't believe it. And then when they stopped, you got a hole about 1.5 feet deep to climb out of. Isn't that something? And the black smoke that comes out of them stacks, incredible. Couldn't believe it. There's a lady that walked up to me, and she said that her son was coming up and going to be not racing. He's going to be pulling, and so I watched for him, and then I told her I was putting this on YouTube, and she says, "Oh, cool." And she asked me for my name, and she put it down on the. I had her put my name on her cell phone because there's nothing to write with. You don't have a pen, so she had her cell phone, and she put it on her notepad or whatever it was on her cell phone, so she could remember my name. So when her son, got home, he could watch himself, go down the track, and she was grateful for that. So I felt good about that, and the footage on that turned out very well. I was glad to do that for her. And she was telling me all about the trucks, how they work and stuff, and it was really amazing on what they do to keep those them engines cool. They got a reservoir that they throw ice in. They throw a bunch of ice in to keep the engines cool. And I don't know if I'm right on this, but when they come to the stop, you see a bunch of water pouring out, and I think what that is that all the ice melted, and it's just pouring out of the reservoir. That's what you're seeing. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. That's just my guess. I could be way off. But I know one thing she said, I know it's true, is that they throw a bunch of ice in this reservoir to keep the motor cool. And she also said that you can only run them trucks one time in one night. She said you couldn't you probably could, I suppose, but you'd wreck it. You don't want to run them twice because it's just they run so hot that there's no way you can cool them down to make, to have them run again. So one run is about all they get in one night, and that's a lot. And she told me they run at about 2,000 horsepower. That's what they got on the diesel. That's on the diesel. Now on the ether fueled trucks, that's the ones that you see before the diesels. You could tell them because there's no black smoke coming out of them. I asked one of the guys on the sideline what they're running in there because I never smelt the fuel that came out of them like I smelt at any other race that I've been to. And I've been to a lot of races. I smelt alcohol. I smelt nitrous oxide. I smelt nitro. Nitro's got to be the worst. And then this guy that I talked on the sideline, he says they run on these particular vehicles, they're running ether racing fuel. Now, I take ether as like a starting fluid, but I know I'm way off on that. It's not starting fluid. It's just called ether racing fuel. I don't know what that contains of, but they say if you're around it a long time, it can probably harm you. It's not healthy at all. But it has a real sweet smell to it, you know. And I thought it was pretty interesting. So yeah, that's my story for what I've seen, and I thought it was pretty cool, you know, watching how fast they prepared the holes that they dug, you know, with the tractors and stuff. You know, they had that bobcat, the track bobcat out there raking the holes shut real quick, and they just one right after another, you know, they got them all ready. And they didn't have any shutdowns at all. Nobody blew their motors. They had trouble with I think 2 of them that didn't make it off the line, and that's on the film. You've seen that. But other than that, I think everything went well. There was nothing that blew up or anything. Nobody busted a dry shaft or anything like that. Usually you see that a lot in these races, or a lot of these in these polls. I keep saying races. But I know a lot of you guys would like to see that stuff. You know, that's what makes a video, when you see a bunch of flames come out of a motor and the motor blows up. But guys, that cost lots of money, so we can be thankful that none of that happened. You're talking thousands of dollars, and these people ain't got sponsors at all. You know, these guys it's their own money they put into this stuff. You know, so keep that in mind. You know, I'd hate to pay the bill that these people pay for that stuff. I mean, just the fuel alone that you spend to go down the track, that's probably a week's salary just for one run. Imagine that. Yeah. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna let you go, and I hope you liked the video. If you haven't subscribed to me and you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate that. And also, feel free to leave some comments, good or bad. If you can think of stuff to improve, feel free to leave a comment on that. I'm not offended by it, by all means. Any way I can improve my videos, let me know. Also, please share the videos with others on your social media. If you got Facebook or Twitter, you know, that's the 2 places I like to have you share them if you could, because that way the more views I get, the better it's going to help me out, getting my videos out to the public so that YouTube can see me better. And then when YouTube sees I'm getting more views, it means they got more interest, and then I get more popularity, I get the growth, and then I can get up to, you know, instead of 1,300 subscribers, I can get up to, you know, maybe 5,000 subscribers. You know, so that's what I'm shooting for. So guys, I really appreciate if you help me out, and I'm trying my best, and feedback always helps. So I can't thank you guys enough that are watching my program right now, and thank you so much, and God bless, and you guys have a great day. So we'll see you on Tuesday, which will be back to the fair. We're going to do the demolition derby. Going to be back in the pits on that one too, and hopefully get some good action on that. And it's all brand new to me on that one too. I don't know if I'm going to use the gimbal or if I'm going to use a tripod. If I use the gimbal, I can't zoom, and I think I'm going to have to zoom, so it's back to the tripod. Because when you're using a gimbal, you know, you're holding the gimbal, and then you gotta push the button to zoom. I don't have a remote to zoom. I'm not that fortunate to do that. You know, I don't have, because when they make gimbals, it's brand new to the industry, and there's thousands of cameras out there, and they can't write the software to adapt to every camera. So you'd have to buy the gimbal and then buy the camera to go with the gimbal, and you're talking, you know, lots of money. So if you already got a really nice camera to start with, and then you buy a gimbal a year later, you know, you can't go out and buy another camera, you know, because it's stupid. You know, so you got to deal with what you got. So that's why I use a tripod if I have to zoom, and then I use the gimbal if I'm just going to walk around and you know, do a lot of panning and stuff. You don't use zoom a lot anyway. I mean, to me, zooming is only for sports activities, and I don't do a lot of sports. So that's the name of that story, and like I said, you guys have a blessed day, and we will see you at the Demolition Derby on Tuesday. So you have a great day, and God bless.